Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Stylist Meets Vinyl. My name is Chris. Today I want to have a little bit of fun. Now on this channel, often I'll do, vinyl finds, I'll do some show and tell, I might do some crate digging while I'm out at thrift stores or record shows. I might make some top 10 lists, that sort of stuff. But every once in a while, I like to do videos that I call Fun with Records, where we kind of pick a topic and we sort of have some fun with some stuff and see, we could show some records in the midst of it all and just really enjoy the collection and just be a bit playful and not too serious, because you can't be serious all the time. So in that sort of vein today, I want to talk about what I'm calling past, present, and future. How time is conveyed through records and songs. What I've done is I've pulled I have about 12 records here that I want to show you. I'll show you 3 at a time, and there's going to be kind of themes about how those 3 records show and convey the passage of time. So follow along with me. This could be fun. And if you guys are interested in making a video of your own afterwards, if you've got some records that you think might be able to convey the passage of time better than mine, then please go ahead. So let's get started. So this first one is 3 records that all have, either in the name of the record or the name of the song, they all have the word time in them, and time in each of those instances refers to past, present, and future. Let me show you. So the first one is, this is Matt Mays. This is an album that's called Once Upon a Hell of a Time. And this, so that being, that's the traditional starting of a storybook. A once upon a time lived a prince and a princess, etc. And so you're going back and you're retelling this story. And I think this isn't really a concept album or anything like that, but I think just what Mays means in this situation is he's got some songs that remind him of a specific period in his life, and he kind of tells that story, whether it be very loosely told, through these songs. So that is past for this one. Next, we've got, this is present. This is Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd, and they have a song on here that is called Time. And Time, that song is one of my favorite songs ever, possibly even my favorite song ever, and I love the lyrics of that. And so this song in particular, it refers to, it actually kind of, it fits, I'm using it for present, but it kind of fits in past or future as well, because the lyrics convey, so the song starts with all these clocks and chimes and alarms going off, as if you're kind of being jolted awake by the alarm of all these clocks. And it says, ticking away the moments of a dull day. And as the song starts to express itself, it says, you run and you run to catch up to the sun, but it's sinking, racing around to come up behind you again. The sun is the same in a relative way, but you're older, shorter of breath, and one day closer to death. It's one of my favorite lyrics of all time, but yeah, so this is the expression of the present in time. Now, next we've got future. This is the ELO album from 1981 that is called Time. And this is a concept album, and this represents future, because this one is the telling of a story where a man, one night during twilight, as the sun is going down and the moon is coming up, he is kind of whisked off into the future on this moonbeam, takes him off into the future. So he goes from 1981 to the year 2095, and he's trapped in the year 2095, and all he can do is think about his love, who's back in 1981, and he can't be with her, and he's just thinking of all this technology that we have. We still can't be together because I can't find my way back to you. So that is part 1. That is the expression of past, present, and future through the word time. Next, we've got, this is a theme of the Beatles. How do the Beatles express time? And this specifically will be day by day. So a very short period of time, they will express the past, present, and future. So first, we've got, this is the North American release. This is Yesterday and Today. And this has on it the famous song Yesterday by Paul McCartney, written by Paul McCartney. And this song actually came to him in a dream. And the theme came to, or the melody came to him in a dream. He woke up, he started playing it on a piano because he didn't want to forget it. And if you know anything about the song, it was originally titled, at least while he was working on it, it was titled Scrambled Eggs, Scrambled Eggs, because he just didn't have the lyrics yet. And so the song Yesterday, I think, can be conveyed about, lost loves from the past. He woke up and his lover is gone and he's just thinking about yesterday. So that is the Beatles' expression of past. Now, for future, or for present, we're going to go to Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, and we're going to talk about the song A Day in the Life. Written by Lennon and McCartney, it expresses a day in the life. Lennon is reading the news in the newspaper. He's reading about, someone who was in a car crash, lost his head, and reading about the Royal Albert Hall. And then you've got Paul McCartney, who wakes up, gets out of bed, drags a comb across his head, he rides the bus, he slips into a dream. This is just a daily happenings of these two, and it's a day in the life. So that is present. Now, future. What have we got for future? From 1966, this is Revolver. And of course, we're going to talk about the final track on this album that is called Tomorrow Never Knows. And so this was also written by Lennon McCartney, specifically John Lennon. And he says this was in his Tibetan Book of the Dead phase. So where there's talks about the meaning of life and meditation and that sort of stuff. And I think Lennon, has some derivation in drug use. I think he took LSD and he read the Tibetan Book of the Dead, and he kind of took the lyrics about turn off your mind, relax, and float downstream. And this is a very psychedelic song from Revolver, and kind of one of the beginnings of the Beatles' psychedelic phase. So that is the future represented in song. Now, the next, I'm going to talk about POV, how one artist through their POV can express past, present, and future. And one artist in particular I find that is a really good storyteller is Bob Seger. And I'm talking about, yes, the song Night Moves from the album Night Moves. Now, this is a song where Seger is reminiscing about being a younger man and about his, it's not even a love. It's just a woman that he knew, and they were kind of getting busy, and they weren't in love, but they were just learning all these things about each other's bodies. So this album's from the 70s, I think 76, and he's talking about the early 60s. So he's quite a younger man, and just he's remembering this time, and kind of the song fades out with him saying, I remember, I remember, I remember. So that is how Bob Seger, through his POV, expresses the past. Next, the present. We've got Seger here again with, this is Stranger in Town. And Seger is talking about this, in the present, he's singing the song, where is it? Oh, We've Got Tonight. And so in that song, he's with a woman. They're both in the morning. They're going their separate ways. And, she's kind of saying she's got to go to bed or whatever. And he's sort of saying, hey, I know your plans don't include me, but we've got tonight. Who needs tomorrow? And he's just saying, let's enjoy the night. Let's enjoy tonight. Again, so a great storyteller from Bob Seger, and that is his expression of the present in song. Now, the future. How does Seger talk about the future? Here's another good one as well. This is from the album Against the Wind. I believe this is from 1980. And in that album, he's got a song that is called You'll Accompany Me. And if you're familiar with that one, in that song, he talks about this woman, and she's kind of saying that she has to go, and he took a chance, and maybe he didn't succeed, and she's kind of rejecting him in this moment, but he's saying, you know what? Someday, lady, you'll accompany me. And he's like, I've seen it. It's written down somewhere. It's got to be. I've envisioned it. Someday, lady, you'll accompany me. And so he's looking to the future and he's saying, yes, we're going to be together. You don't know it yet, but we're going to be together. So I thought that was very interesting. Seeger's expression of the future. And now next, so for the last part, I'm going to talk about specific periods in time that are told through songs. So the first one, we've got Neil Young. This is Rust Never Sleeps from 1979. And if you're familiar with this album, you probably know where I'm going. And there is a song on this album that is called Pocahontas right up here. And Pocahontas, of course, was a famous Native American woman who existed at the time of kind of settlement of North America. And she died when she was 21 years old. She lived from 1596 to 1617. And Neil Young expresses kind of in the song the sort of the first contact. There's Aurora Borealis, which is the Northern Lights, and the massacre that happened. And then also he kind of muses about, like, I wonder what it would be like to sleep with Pocahontas and find out how she felt in the morning. So that is kind of interesting, but that is Neil's expression of the past through song. So that we're right around the 16th, 17th century. Next, we're going to go to the present, and this is through a Canadian band called Our Lady Peace. This is their 1996 album called Clumsy, and on this album they have a song that's called 4 a.m. and so obviously that's a precise moment in time, 4 a.m. The origin of this song, the band wrote it at 4 a.m. and so that's where it gets its title from. But also the lead singer and songwriter, Rain Maida, he's kind of singing about his father. His father's name was Anthony Maida, A.M., so the song is 4 a.m., for Anthony Maida. But it was written at 4 a.m., so it counts for present and how present is discussed during song. Next, the last album I'm going to show you, which is Future. Where do you think I'm going to go? I tried to see how far I could go. I went from 1596 to as far as I could go, and that, of course, is the year 2112 by Rush. This is their 1976 album. This is on the Mercury label. And this is the story of, it takes place in 2112, where it's a sci-fi futuristic story where music and creativity is outlawed, and a man, the protagonist, wakes up and he finds a guitar in a cave and he starts to play it. And then the priests who kind of run the whole planet, they destroy it, and then they ban music, they ban creativity. The protagonist finds out that there's another world where creativity is flourishing, and he ends up actually taking his life at the end of the song, which is kind of a downer. But I think Neil Peart, who wrote the song, has alluded to the fact that after the protagonist takes his life, the federation that rules, this is their kind of symbol here, the federation that rules this time actually is overthrown, and then creativity is brought back. So that is Future through albums and songs. What did you guys think of my list of past, present, and future? I hope you enjoyed it. As I said at the beginning of this video, if you're interested in jumping in, that would be very cool. If you're interested in subscribing to the channel, that would be very cool. If you're interested in liking the video, I would also encourage you to do so. But whatever you guys do, you know the drill. Make sure you come right back here where Stylus meets vinyl. Thanks, everybody. See you soon.